Bitmine is absolutely dropping like a stone, another minus 10% yesterday, and it seems it doesn't have an end. However, you should have two mindsets. First of all, Tom Lee is out there to tell us about what he sees, what he thinks. Then we will talk about the horizon, the time horizon that you need to have for this investment and much more. Obviously, I bought more Bitmine yesterday, as I'm doing every single day, because I just love the recent drop to buy more for less, because I believe that in a couple of years, this will be $1,000 plus stock.
Welcome to the game, I'm the wolf of Dubai.
Welcome to a brand new video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Danny and I'm looking for stocks that can go up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x. And I did this for Tesla, for example, so my subscribers could buy houses and apartments. And I never advertise any other product than my own, which is xnDayTrading.com. We are actually killing it right now with our day trading group, where we send all our trades directly into your portfolio, so you don't have to copy manually, you don't have to think about the market, you don't have to watch the market even. We do all for you, okay? We make trades and we send them to your portfolio, and then we close them in your portfolio, all done for you. We are running since 2 weeks, the most difficult weeks in the whole market, with 100% win rate, okay? 7 of the last trades were all positive and all done for you into your portfolio. If you want to be part of that, and if you want to do that before we're raising our joining fee at the end of the month, we have very limited space now, then check out xnDayTrading.com if you have $10,000 or more and schedule a call with me personally, and we see if we can help you as well. Now, let's dive into what Tom Lee actually says, what is happening with Bitmine and the crypto market. Here we go.
Tom, you've heard what Steve had to say. This is, by the way, not unusual for NVIDIA, is it? NVIDIA, the good folks at Bespoke, your team, you've recognized that NVIDIA will often have these kind of wild swings following earnings, but what is your take right now on these markets?
Well, I think I'm going to kind of add to what Steve said. You know, I think the crypto market has been limping along since October 10th, because on that date was a negative shock. I mean, today's stock market looks a lot like an echo of what happened October 10th. But on October 10th, that liquidation was so big, Brian, it really crippled market makers. And our market makers are critical in crypto because they provide liquidity. I mean, they act almost as the central bank in crypto. And if they've got a hole in their balance sheet that they need to raise capital for, they need to reflexively reduce their balance sheet, reduce trading. And if prices fall, they've got to then do more selling. So I think that this drip that's been taking place for the last few weeks in crypto reflects this market maker crippling. And so in 2022, it took 8 weeks for that to really get flushed out. We're only 6 weeks into it. So I kind of concur. I think crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum are in some ways a leading indicator for equities because of that unwind and now this sort of limping and weakened liquidity.
Well, that was the point that my very, very smart team behind me, we put together for the top of the show, which was showing that Bitcoin turned down today before the market did. All right, take us back. So October 6th, I think it was October 6th or 7th, Bitcoin hit 125,000. Yeah, a couple days later, it was still around 120,000. Now, obviously, Bitcoin's at 86 and change. So what specifically occurred on or around October 10th that would lead us to where we are now on what, November 20th?
Yeah. Well, Steve actually pointed this out. There's a lot of what they call automated processes in crypto. One of them is called ADL, okay, and that's an automatic liquidation feature that would take place if someone's account or their collateral drops in price. It's essentially like a margin call. On a specific exchange, a stablecoin's price varied from other exchanges. Stablecoin should stay at $1. It dropped to 65 cents. But that only happened within the exchange quotes, within this exchange because of liquidity. That triggered an ADL, an automatic liquidation across many accounts. It wiped out, as that spread across other exchanges, right? Because liquidations cascade. Almost 2 million crypto accounts got wiped out, even though minutes before they were actually profitable accounts.
So who is behind this? Like, who's the they in the market makers and they got hit? Who's the they?
Well, Brian, I am aware of names, but because I'm not someone who wants to name names, I think what you should keep in mind is that this error is actually essentially a bug, a code error, because I think in retrospect, they would have pulled pricing from across exchanges to set the price for that stablecoin rather than rely on internal quotes. But this has resulted in a lot of market makers and traders having less capital. And as you know, as crypto prices drift lower because trading volumes drop, they need to then have more capital available, which means they shrink their balance sheet further. So this is then that reflexive weakening.
I want to go back to this point, Tom. I hate the term glitch. I can't stand the term glitch because, things go down at the airport and they say, well, a glitch caused your flight to not take off. That's not a glitch. That's more than a glitch. It's a word that is used to describe pretty serious automation issues, software problems, crashes, for some reason that they try to minimize. Is this some kind of a software bug that's causing part of this? I'm trying to follow exactly what you're hinting around about.
Brian, it is. For instance, in 1987, portfolio insurance was the quote glitch, and that triggered the cascade in 1987. And so the industry learned and then never offered that again. In 2009, it was really the collateral wasn't secure in real estate in these packaged subprime mortgages. Now, the industry learned and they recoded that. I'm talking about Wall Street, but then regulators came in and overregulated. That was the negative effect of that. In crypto, this code of ADL and the way they pull prices is never going to happen again. The good news is we're not going to have overregulation in crypto, but now we have to deal with that liquidation effect. 2022 was a big liquidation, and it took 8 weeks. But that is kind of, you're right. It is the nature of DeFi where there is going to be code and there's going to be an error found. And you said it, leverage is what's dangerous. And so investors should not be using excess leverage in crypto.
As you can see, he is saying that actually this is kind of a glitch, okay? Well, what should I say? Obviously, you can find always reasons, okay? But in the end of the day, people are selling more than they are buying, okay? That's number one, okay? Second, I posted this tweet yesterday where I said we had so many bad days. Good days are around the corner. Then I posted this tweet as well, where I said, okay, we were up 6 months in a row for the market. We were up 4 months in a row for Ethereum. We had the Fed now most probably not cutting. So the market is digesting everything to make sure to absolutely adjust from all-time highs to a little bit lower. And then when they are done, it will bid up like a crazy run, okay? This is actually what Tom Lee says in the second part of this clip. Let's have a look.
In 2022, we had what you would call a 6-week washout, maybe because of this, again, not using the word glitch, this software or coding problem or mistake. 6 weeks later, we know what happened. If you bought then, you made a lot of money. Do you still think we are in a washout period in an overall bull market?
I can tell you a few things. Whether we're talking to macro funds or to crypto funds, they are sitting on piles of cash. People are sitting on their hands because they know there are these plumbing problems and these crippled market makers. They're not going to try to be heroes and step in here. So when we look at those prior corrections, even Bitcoin in the last few years, Bitcoin last year had some really ugly corrections. Each of them had the recovery, right? The rise from the low was faster than the drip to the bottom. So if we've been suffering through 6 weeks of Bitcoin falling from 125 to 88, and maybe it goes to 77, right? Maybe that's the low, and Ethereum bottoms at 2,500. The recovery from there to all-time highs will be faster than the decline. That's what happened in every crypto decline, because what you have is all this spooled up energy. People are sitting and waiting. and there's panic selling, forced sellers, but the buyers are being patient. That's what will happen. And again, you guys kind of hit it on the head. MicroStrategy is probably the most important stock to watch right now because that is the Bitcoin proxy. It's the most liquid name. It seems to me that when in the crypto world, when they're trying to hedge their longs in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they can't find any other way to hedge it except shorting the liquid stocks.
This reminds, okay.
So that's the MicroStrategies.
This is one of, if not the most important interviews I've done this year. And that's respectfully to every other guest we've had on this fine network and fine show. Because I want to dive in a little bit deeper to what you're saying. That basically there's some kind of a software coding problem that's causing a lot of this. Let's bring up, guys, if we can, MSTR. That is the company formerly known as MicroStrategy, now just known as Strategy. The stock's down 50% in 3 months, Tom. It's down about 65% from its highs in the middle of July. Is MicroStrategy down because Bitcoin is down, or is Bitcoin falling in part because the strategies of the world, the Michael Saylors of the world, have to sell the crypto because their equity is going down? What's the chicken? What's the egg?
Yeah. Well, again, because of my world in research and on Bitmine, we are really plugged into all the trading desks and all the clients that trade. Anybody who has a sizable Bitcoin long position, okay, let's say it's more than $1 billion, they have very limited ability to hedge it in crypto derivatives, like calls. The max they can do is maybe 5% of their holdings. And then if you go to traditional CME exchanges, their contract sizes prevent someone from hedging $1 billion portfolio. However, someone can use MicroStrategy's options chain, which is so liquid, to hedge all of their crypto. So MicroStrategy is essentially absorbing all the hedging pressure that the crypto industry is trying to do to protect their Bitcoin longs. So the reason MicroStrategy is a leading indicator, it's actually the only convenient way to hedge someone's long is to short MicroStrategy or buy puts. That's what we're seeing today.
This is the kind of stuff, Tom, it's one of the main reasons that we bring you on, because you understand what I would consider the engine oil of the stock market, right? We know how the engine works, or people think they do, but inside that engine, there are gears, there are pistons, there are things that are occurring that for 99.9% of our audience, they don't do this for a living. We get it. This is a really important interview. I'm going to let you go, Tom. We are watching MicroStrategy or Strategy, we're watching Bitcoin, and we're watching possibly 77,000, which you think might be kind of a washout period, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Tom DeMark, who is an advisor to Bitmine,
very well known
really
to me,
giving us a lot of insights. Yeah, he's watching that. Actually, MicroStrategy at this level here probably is when you want to ratchet into the longs, and Bitcoin maybe just a few $1,000s lower.
So we might be at a bottom for Strategy.
Yeah.
Looking at maybe the DeMark indicators named after Mr. Tom DeMark. It's a technical indicator watched by a lot of hitters on Wall Street. Tom Lee of Fun Strat, appreciate your time. Really super smart interview. As always, Tom, have a great day. Thank you.
So as you can see, he says like the monster move will happen as always, okay? Maybe we go down to 77 in Bitcoin, and then also obviously that would maybe push Ethereum down to 2,500. But then obviously a lot of cash is coming to the market. People are buying, people are FOMO buying, and we will see all-time highs in Ethereum and Bitcoin again, like we see over and over and over and over again, okay? Now, don't forget to check out xtendaytrading.com. We are raising our joining fee by the end of the month. We have just limited space. You can see the open spaces on the website itself, and make sure to schedule a call today or on Sunday or on Monday with me personally, and we see if we can help you as well. Okay, now the last thing that I want to tell you, always have a horizon of 3 to 5 years. If you buy something, at least do me a favor, don't think about end of this year, don't think about the next months. Nobody can predict, even me and Tom Lee cannot predict what the stock will be in a couple of weeks or months, okay? okay? It's important where it'll be in 3 years, okay? And this will be something that you should know, okay? Let's say you want to allocate $10,000 into Bitmine. Instead of buying at 50 when the hype is high, you start to buy at 50 and then you wait a month. Then you buy maybe at 40, then you wait a month. Then you buy more at 30, then you wait a month. And then you buy again at 25, then you wait a month. Then you buy again at 35, it was a little bit higher, you wait a month. Then you buy at 45, you wait a month. And then you allocated $10,000 on the best average price that you could got, and then you wait 3 years, okay? Or you even average down or up into the whole 3 years. And I promise you that you will be more happy than you have ever been, more wealthy than you have ever been. You can, be financially absolutely insanely good if you just do something like this, okay? Don't be focused on the short term, 3 years minimum, and you will be very, very, very happy person, okay? So if you like that, make sure to subscribe, share this video, and obviously on my other channel, you will see a little bit more about the earnings today on Bitmine, so don't miss that. Follow me also on X, on all my both YouTube channels, and I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow for a brand new video, because the grass is greener always on the other side.